It was supposed to be a quiet celebration, a simple birthday dinner between two sisters who, despite a growing age gap and a pile of unspoken tension, still claimed to be each other's best friend. But one small comment, one glance, one misunderstanding was all it took to burn the evening down. I'm 21. My sister just turned 32. We're close. At least we used to be. Weekly sleepovers, inside jokes, and years of history that made us feel more like soulmates than siblings. She was always the one I turned to, the one who offered a place to land when life got overwhelming. And I thought, maybe foolishly, that this bond was unbreakable. So for her birthday, I made plans. Took her to our favorite Korean place, the one with the charcoal grill and sizzling side dishes that remind us both of simpler times. I wanted to give her a moment that felt like care, like love. But love, it seems, isn't always heard the way it's meant. As we sat down, steam rising from the bowls between us, she lifted her phone to snap a photo of the food. Classic her. She smiled, mentioned that her boyfriend said hi. I don't like him. She knows that, but I tried to keep things light, tried not to let that show. When I saw her angle the phone toward the table, I gently said, don't. I just didn't want to be in the frame, that's all. But she cut me off. Sharp, cold, accused me of making my disdain too obvious. I froze. And yeah, maybe my face said more than I meant it to. I get told that a lot. My expressions betray me when words fail. That moment, tiny, forgettable to anyone else, was the first crack. A single thread pulled loose. Then came the second. She turned to me and said, "But enough about me. Let's talk about you." My heart sank. I knew where this was going. The truth? I've been drowning in school. Failed 3 finals. Working full-time, barely keeping up. She knows. She's offered help. Even offered a place to live. But I'm not ready to leave my current place. My best friend would be left with the rent, and I can't do that to her. Still, I tried to take responsibility. I started to say, yeah, I know I've been slipping, but... She cut me off again. It doesn't matter, she said. I tried to finish my thought, maybe with a little bite in my voice. I wasn't finished. That was the breaking point. She slammed her chopsticks down onto the empty plate. Her tone turned sharp like a blade. Then came the words, I wish I could unhear. Then everyone will blame me for not helping you. Suddenly, it wasn't about dinner anymore. It wasn't even about me. It was about her. Her guilt. Her frustration. Her sense of obligation. And I couldn't hold it in. The tears welled up before I could stop them. I've always been sensitive, especially with her. She's the one person whose disappointment actually cuts. And maybe that made me weak in her eyes, because she didn't soften. She stiffened. Told me I was making a scene. I apologized. She did too, eventually. Her tone calmed, like we were putting a lid on a boiling pot, pretending it hadn't just overflowed. But the guilt stuck to me like grease. I felt like I'd ruined everything. Like I'd taken her birthday and twisted it into something selfish and sad. So when we stepped out into the night, I told her I needed time. I said maybe I'd skip the sleepover. I needed space to breathe. She walked ahead of me, fast, silent, her shoulders squared like armor. At the bus stop, I caught a glimpse of her phone, just a flash of a message to her boyfriend. She's getting pissy over bullshit. It hit me like a punch in the chest. I muttered, wow. Not loud, not accusatory, just stunned. She spun around, said I was invading her privacy, said I'd ruined her birthday with my behavior. And I stood there, at a bus stop under streetlight shadows, wondering how we got so far from love. How one moment, one night, could leave such a mess between two people who used to be everything to each other. She's not cruel. I know that. And I'm not innocent. I know that too. But I'm left asking myself the question that's been spinning in my head ever since. Was I really that selfish? That immature? Did I ruin everything over nothing? So, am I the asshole? You know, sometimes fights like these aren't about who's right or who's wrong. They're about pain that's been simmering under the surface. Miscommunications that pile up like dust in corners we thought were clean. This story, it's not just about a birthday dinner gone wrong. It's about how people carry expectations for each other, silent ones, unspoken ones. And when they're not met, the disappointment feels personal, sharp, unfair. It's about how love can become a battlefield when we don't know how to make space for each other's emotions. And it's about the weight we put on the people we love most, expecting them to save us, or at least not to break under the pressure of our own struggles. To the one who wrote this story, you're not alone. So many of us have been there, caught between apology and pride, between caring too much and not knowing how to say it right. To the sister in the story, maybe you're carrying more than you've said out loud. And maybe this fight was never about the picture, or the finals, or the boyfriend. Maybe it was about both of you trying to feel seen and missing each other completely. To the listeners out there, what do you think? Is it wrong to step back when a fight gets too raw? Or is walking away just another way of trying to protect the bond before it shatters? Comment your take below. We read everyone. And remember, behind every story is a real person, just trying to be understood.